Hi, this is LaDonna. But then she saw stars. I'm doing some work, okay? I guess I should tell you up front. I'm living in my car, which is nice. I'm not homeless or anything like that. And, you know, this can be my update, I think, to my breast cancer campaign, okay? Because it deals with stereotypes and stuff like that. I was in the Air Force for 18 years, and I'm a lieutenant colonel, acting colonel, briefing many people, and doing tests, working the labs, and, worked it, overseas, had an exchange assignment, and also worked, McClellan, the depots and stuff, pulling parts and everything like that, A-10s, F-111s, and testing, training aircraft. I was at Randolph, and I had a great time. It was difficult, okay, because I always wanted to be somewhere else. I'm sort of I never thought I would go into the military, but I had an aerospace engineering degree, and they weren't really hiring entry-level aerospace engineers when I got out. And so literally one day, I had a lot of friends that were ROTC trying to get me to join. I went to University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, okay, a Wolverine, and I just didn't want to do it. I saw them running around sweating and stuff, and I was like, this doesn't look like that's for me. I did take that one credit course that they offered for ROTC, and I was like, no thank you, but it was very interesting. But literally, one day, many years, maybe a couple of years later, after finishing school, I saw the commercial, Aim High. And the next thing you know, I was, at the recruiter. And I went to OTS and at Maxwell Air Force Base. And, I became an officer. Yeah. Okay, my first assignment was McClellan in Sacramento. And that was a great time. I just think about it now. It's like, oh my God. Okay, and I do think the breast cancer is linked to my time in the Air Force. I will say that. And, it's aircraft, so, and there's fumes and oils and stuff. Okay, so that's sort of that. But testing in any arena is hazardous, okay, because of the nature of testing and such like that. And the same for being a maintenance, because I started off maintenance officer and transitioned to, engineering, more engineering jobs. So what I want to talk about that is that you're on call 24/7. Your whole life is that. When I got out, I was like, I had to get out because of a medical. I had uterine fibroids, and the surgery took a long time to heal. I'll talk about that in another video because it's interesting to talk about tumors in general. Okay, and I'll talk about what my thoughts are from an engineering perspective. Okay. But, I wanted to have time for me. So it's like, I'm out. I got my little curly fro. I'm going, and I was like, hey, went back to school to retrain into fashion. Because I didn't want to be in, such a toxic environment as aircraft testing and pulling parts and stuff like that. And I thought it would be a safe transition for me while I was still healing. Okay, so coming to living in my car. I chose to do that as a student experience, and also to write about how is it as a military person You used to moving all the time. Being in a car, you get to move. Is my moving? I was doing a study. I know I'm such a nerd on if the moving vibe was the military, or am I sort of a gypsy soul? Turns out I'm sort of a gypsy soul, and so being in the military was more conducive to my particular type of lifestyle, where you get up to move every so many years, because I get sort of bored a little easy versus being somewhere. I grew up with, parents that sort of worked a job for years, and that didn't sound so great. Moving every so many years was better because it's something new. At any rate, I did that. And I started, lived in my car, and it was like, I go to Montana, I go here, I go there, and it was great. There's a stigma out there about veterans being homeless, living on the streets. I'm going to do living on the streets, asking for money. I'm a veteran. I served, I need money. They don't give two shits about me. All right. That's a dumbass, okay, on the street. All right, so I'm going to say there are services, yes, but people choose to be like that. And there's also scammers. Can I not be out there with my own Girl Scout cookies and not be a Girl Scout? Okay? All right. So at any rate, that's just a bad press, because maybe veterans aren't like that. And this is some hobo getting the sign on your pity or whatever. Okay? So I chose to live in my car because it's sort of fun. Okay, I didn't know I'd be moving into breast cancer stages, and so it became not so fun. It became a drag. Okay, but I moved, I'm moving, and I'm in my car. Now, I was in a Ford Focus, okay? That was my car that I sort of bought when I was on in active duty, had it, loved it forever and stuff like that, stick shift manual, whatever, and I dumped it because it was requiring too much upgrades. The transmission was falling out. I gotta get another one. Okay, I gotta get another one. I can't afford another $4,000 for you. Okay, so I got an SUV. Okay, I am from Detroit, so I'll talk automobiles later. Okay, but I love my SUV, and it's livable. Now, this is a little plug. If I get my computer up, I would sort of plug, because I did cover a press, LA Mobility. This is Chevrolet Trailblazer, 2021. Excuse me. Buy one. It's a great ride. It's a great toy. It's a great space to live within. And I'll probably do a separate plug on my Trailblazer, okay? Because the color I'm rocking is one of the trends that I'm pushing, okay? Into the eyes of onlookers, okay? I'll talk a little bit about pushing trends as a fashion person, but the color I'm picking is unusual color, but I'm pushing it, and I'm seeing some other oranges. Did I just say the color? Okay, wait. All right, but anyway, I sort of love my car, and it's livable. Man, can I pass out in this car? Yes. Can I eat in this car? Eating is not as great. Okay, there's space to eat, obviously, but it could be a bit better. Okay, the upholstery is a little bit too nice. You want to get plastics and stuff, and that's a whole different area for the car nerds. So, but I love the Trailblazer, so I will talk about that. Okay, maybe in the future. But I love living in my car. It's what I'm doing right now. I still have my house back in Detroit, but some of the stigmas you have to come is not, I live with my dad or whatever. Okay. All right. So, I'm out here going to school And I'm also doing this the cancer treatments. Okay, and I'm choosing to live in my car for a time as an experiment, a study. It just sort of became, I don't mind. I was in the Air Force. It's time for me to sort of rock it and do that stuff I couldn't done because I was in the Air Force. So, and that means like living in my car, picking up and going wherever I want, getting my fro and stuff like that, because you have to have your hair in regs and stuff like that, and being me. Okay, when I'm in the Air Force, I am me, but I'm also Lieutenant Colonel LaDonna Davis. Okay, and or Colonel Ma'am, and that's sometimes a more official me. So I wanted to talk about that, the stigmas of being a veteran, the stigmas associated with black women, because it's assumed that black women are like some sort of always in danger or whatever, or women in general are also always in danger. Okay, like you can't choose to live in your car and have a great time. I will return to apartment. I am looking for one soon, but I'm hoping, well, I'm hoping, it is expensive to do the cancer stuff. I'm hoping to sort of, get an apartment soon and transition back. But I will talk about living in the car and doing cancer treatments and doing this lifestyle, because it's important. Not everyone is living in an apartment. There's sometimes really homeless people that are dealing with cancer, and they want to know they can make it. And then there's students that are sick as dogs, doing cancer stuff or other treatments, not really talking about it, living in their car because it's easier, cheaper, whatever. And then there's adults doing similar. Some people just live in trailers and stuff. And this was one reason why I chose to live in a car. I was thinking about getting a trailer, not a huge one. Obviously, that's like a truck. But I was thinking something small, not one that I can pin behind me because that's too much dodge. So I said I would maybe get something small, something cute that I can maybe have an And She Saw Stars open, like a little boutique, something like a mobile truck, like van, like something like that idea. But really it's just a trailer. I park it and then I could open up the back and have And She Saw Stars. It'd be something I could do for markets. That's something that maybe I might continue to do. So if you're interested in donating to any of my campaigns, I do have one for And She Saw Stars, and you can see the video of that. I do have one to return back to school. Those were there before this breast cancer one, and then the breast cancer came in, and so, so I have that. But many of the things that I do fund, like requesting for funding, I would never have thought to do something like this for, this type of campaign. But it came to me in a prayer, so I thought I would try it. Doing a thing for my education came to me because I ran out of GI Bill at the time. I still am doing a little bit of research battle to see if maybe there's some more somewhere. But until then, the GI Bill does not really cover the amount of education you need to really get into a new field. You need more than just an associate's. And you need quite a few hours, and then you need continuing education over the years, lifetime of a career. That's just my particular belief as an individual, and I might talk about that in another video, because you're designing a career and designing your time for long-term haul. And so I've done lots of mentoring, and so I will probably do that in some videos, because I think it's important to get the word out so that people can tailor their lifestyle and then actually examine their lifestyle and know that it's okay. Different lifestyles for different folks, but what's important to determine is if you're successful or not, how successful you want to be, It's up to you. People determine their amount of success, and it's up to you to decide what's the best approach for you. You can bring it in later. It's a toolkit, and design something, phase things in, transition things in over time. It's a program in the way that you're planning your schedule. And program management, something I did do, is something that I excelled at, especially when it comes to transitions and scheduling and meeting deadlines, meeting requirements and criteria. So I wanted to talk about that living in your car is okay. Okay? I'm not a homeless person in that way. I am just having fun living in my car. And I want to share the experiences of that so that people can learn about how you can move safely, and also when to sort of say, this isn't for me, this is okay, this is for now, and this is for later. And to sort of how to deal with stereotypes so that you can speak up and say, I'm not a stereotype, that's not really me. Okay? I am doing this. I need this for my particular needs. You need to get out of your box and go outside and realize that many people are living otherwise. And I've had many battles with that. You know, I am a post 9/11 era veteran. I'm not, World War II. A lot of people have a mentality that's geared towards like a World War II veteran or a Vietnam veteran. And I am not a Vietnam veteran era. I am a post 9/11 Vietnam era, which is a volunteer force. That is a different mindset from someone that went to Vietnam, someone that went to the Korean War, because there are still those alive, so those that went to World War II, and those that were in Iraq, the Iraqi War. That's a different era. When you realize that, then you get people to modernize what they think about veterans. Post 9/11 is a different veteran than from Vietnam, totally. So at any rate, that's it for this. I think if you look at your lifestyle, look at what you're doing, you can find that you're excelling everywhere. And you can also find out what's motivating you. And then you can find out why you're running into obstacles, and then where your battles really are. Because the main battle is being well. But on the road to being well, you have to deal sometimes with other people, getting insurance and getting lodging, getting parking, getting cards, etc. And that's all in the cost of dealing with breast cancer or any type of illness that's like of that magnitude. And so you also have to deal with that. And you don't need to have negativity where you just don't, and especially where it's not warranted or needed or justified. Okay, so that's it for now. This is LaDonna Davis with And She Saw Stars. This update is going to go to my breast cancer campaign, and it'll be available for those to look at. All right, take care. All right, bye.